Assessment March 2023, Class 8, Subject English Second Language, Marks 40, Time 2 hours. Continuation from Question 21. Read the following paragraphs and answer the following question. Tell me a story, Appa, said Sai. One day as they set out. No, said Appa grimly. Today, you tell me one. And she did. It was a fairy tale, replete with dragons and princes, talking parrots and hidden gold. Sai completed her tale with, and they lived happily ever after. Said Appa. Quite interesting. Where did you read it? I didn't. I made it up, cried Sai. Her grandfather was very much impressed. That was perhaps her first flight of fancy, and it was the beginning of a wonderful world of creativity. So let us read the question now. Why was Sai's grandfather very much impressed? Now this is a story that you have done from your text. So let us answer the question. Answer. Sai's grandfather was impressed with her creative ability. After he came to know that she made up the story. So you can write it any way you want. There are no fixed structure for sentence creativity or sentence creation. So you can say, after he came to know, or after her grandfather came to know that she made it up, he was impressed with her creative ability. Next, question 23. Read the following poem and answer the question that follows. 2 marks. This is a poem written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, A Child's Evening Prayer. So let us read the poem. Ere on my bed my limbs are lay, God grant me grace, my prayers say. O God, preserve my mother dear in health and strength for many years. And oh, preserve my father too, and may I pay him reverence due, and may I best thoughts employ. To be my parents' hope and joy, and oh, preserve my brothers both from evil doings and from sloth, and may we always love each other, our friends, our father, and our mother. Now let's answer the question. How do you say the speaker loves her family? So it's very easy. With your pencil you have to go back to underline the key phrases and the keywords. Okay. Preserve my mother in health and strength, and my father. Preserve means take care, so the child is talking about taking care of his parents and also his brother. So you can answer the question in this manner. The child prays to preserve his father and mother in health and strength, and his brother from evil doings. He also prays that they should love each other. You can ask yourself the question, the child prays for the goodness and welfare of his parents and his brothers and for himself. "24. Study the following picture and write 4-5 sentences on it, 2 marks. So all you have to do is observe this picture. You can see there are 2 men behind the bush. And there's a woman or a girl, you can say, with a dog. And then you have to write the sentences based on the picture you see. Now for these type of questions you have to be very creative. First you must know to write sentences correctly without grammatical errors. We'll begin. A sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. So we can begin with the first sentence. There is a girl with her dog. So capital letter it begins with, ends with a full stop. That's one sentence. She seems to be hiding from a man and a boy. Second sentence. They said 4 to 5 sentences. They are talking to each other. Third sentence. Full stop. The dog is obedient and is facing the girl. The surrounding area is covered with bushes and trees. So, there is no particular rule as to what sentences you're supposed to create, and you cannot learn this by heart. So this is how, the simplest way. Simple sentence, make it always simple. 25. Rearrange the following sentences into a meaningful paragraph and write it, 2 marks. So what we have to do, the sentences are jumbled and you have to put it in order to have a meaningful paragraph. So let us begin. The hare was proud of its ability in running and asked the tortoise to compete in the race. This is one of the sentences. There are 4 sentences. The tortoise ran steadily without taking rest and reached the target. Once a hare and a tortoise lived in a forest. When they began the race, the hare ran fast and slept under a tree to take some rest. Okay, so let us get this into proper order. So since there are 4 sentences, it's very easy. Once a hare and a tortoise lived in a forest. The hare was proud of its ability in running and asked the tortoise to compete in the race. That's the second sentence. Third sentence. When they began the race, the hare ran fast and slept under a tree to take some rest. The last sentence. The tortoise ran steadily without taking rest and reached the target. So simple. So you have to know, you have to imagine and then place the sentences into meaningful paragraphs. That's it. That's it. 26. Construct a meaningful story using the clues given below. 3 marks. So you get 3 marks. Now, it is not necessary you use the phrases directly from what is given as clues, but you should not divert from the main theme of the story. A summer day, a crow, thirsty, flew here and there in search of water, found a pot. A little water at the bottom, could not drink, looked around, saw pebbles. thought plan, picked some pebbles, put them into the pot. Water came up, drank, flew away happily. Now this is about the clever crow. These are all small type of tales which they have taken out. So all you have to do is, you got the clues, you have to create the story on your own. Once upon a time, there lived a crow. One summer day, the crow felt thirsty and began to look for some water. She flew over the fields but couldn't find. She felt exhausted and she was about to give up. Then she saw a jug near a farm. She quickly landed down there to check whether there was any water. She looked inside the jug. There was some water. She wanted to drink, but couldn't reach the water because of the jug's narrow neck. She tried to push it down, but it was too heavy. She thought a while, then she looked around and saw small stones. She picked the stones up and one by one threw them inside the jug. Thus the water level rose up enough and she quenched her thirst thanks to her clever plan. The moral is, if we think and work hard enough, we can find a solution to our problems. That's it. 27. You are Vismay Bani, the secretary of the sports club in your school. You have been asked to notify about annual sports meet of your school. Write a notice. 3 marks. That's it. That's it. Now, tips for writing the notice. First, be precise and to the point. Second, it is a formal form of communication, so the language used should be formal as well. So you're not writing to any friend, it's not informal, so you have to be very formal. 3. Keep the sentences short and use simple words. 4. Use passive voice as far as possible. 5th, present your notices in a proper format in a box. So these are all the important points, 5 points to write the notice. Now this is an example. Date on the right, sports notice, and you write the sentence in this same manner. This is to inform all concerned that the annual sports meet has been scheduled to, you write the date, from, you write the time, dash, onwards at college playground, put a full stop. That's one sentence. Sports events will remain same as mentioned in the earlier notice. So you have to create your own sentences. And then you can, in the conclusion, you can say all the faculty members, comma, technical assistants, administrative staff members, and all the students are requested to attend and make the event a grand success. So that is how it is. Sign your name and whatever they give you in the letter, you write principal's name, and that's done. That's it.